who are our famous guests today? I mean, people that come on the show are pretty much getting famous.
Right.
Make it known
We're
now.
discovering them. These guys have already been discovered. They're effing great. Dan Katz and Rolf of LA Ads. They are the agents of change. This is going to be a good one. Let's roll that tape. Dan and Rolf, welcome to the Funeral Nation TV show. Hey guys, please tell us a little about yourselves and LA Ads.
Okay, so LA Ads is an advertising and marketing agency. We started a business in 1991, and over the years we've developed expertise in different kinds of industries: consumer electronics, food products, financial services, health and beauty. But in around 1994, we wound up working with a cemetery funeral home combo in Los Angeles. And we had a lot of creative fun doing the work for them. And suddenly one of the other cemeteries in LA reached out to us and said, hey, we see the work that you're doing. We'd love to have you guys work for us too. And lo and behold, now we had two clients that said, wait a minute, there's a business here. So we've been working in the funeral space since 1994 and just loving the heck out of it for so many great reasons.
Well, you guys are considered some of the branding experts in the funeral profession. Effin' brand is something that we have been pushing and talking about quite a bit in 2016. So from your perspective, share with us a few basics of why branding is so important in the funeral industry, whether it be for funeral homes, products, services, etc.
Sure. So I think, first of all, let's get it off the table that a brand is not a logo and it's not a tagline. It's a lot more. It really sets an expectation for what a customer can count on when they deal with you. It's, in essence, a promise. And in its totality, it's all the thoughts, the feelings, the associations, the expectations that a person has when they come into contact with the company. Their signage, their logo, their stationery, their products. As it relates to the funeral business, a lot of funeral homes, they're all just lumped in one big pot. People see them as a place where you go when you die, there's formaldehyde, and most of the people act like Vincent Price. In that box, you will stay unless you have an opportunity to stand out, and that's what a brand does. You're no longer a commodity, and you're certainly not part of the herd. So a brand gives you that opportunity to be that bright color in a sea of beige, that Ben and Jerry ice cream compared to the vanilla that you find in the store. It provides you so many more opportunities than one company that doesn't have anything.
I got you. So once a brand and message is an image altogether is created, because that's part of it, what are your thoughts for the best message of reach for desired audience for both funeral homes and for vendors in our industry?
Well, as Rolf said, branding is more than just a logo or a slogan or even an ad. We talk about branding as what you're being that is different as opposed to what you're saying that is different. We believe in the idea of being a brand. So, it's about all the various touch points. People who say, oh, well, we want to hire LA Ads to create a brand for us. Okay, well, we've got the ad and we got the logo now. Thank you. They're missing out on the fact that branding is what happens when someone answers the telephone at the facility. Branding is what happens when someone walks in and they see the whole interior of the entryway, the lobby. Branding is how they're treated by their people. Branding is a completely holistic experience. And we like to point out Starbucks is a great example of a brand that is all about the total experience, not just about a logo or slogan. So when you're developing a brand, one shouldn't think so narrowly as, well, let's do advertising and that's how we get our brand out. That's part of it, but it's really looking at the entire, all the touch points, all the places where a consumer will interact with you, and that needs to be part of the total brand promise that Rolf's talking about.
Well, one of the things that we've been touting also this year is F and change, and you guys are known as the agents of change. What is that phrase, and what do you mean by that?
So an agent of change for us is really not a job description or job title. It's really more of a mentality. It's part of our DNA. And, I think we all realize that the world is changing. And as we have in our video, it's going to change with or without your permission. And the change provides us with an opportunity to explore new possibilities and new opportunities to grow your business. So many people look at change as this revolution versus an evolution, or they look at change and they go, oh, look what you're taking away from me, when in fact, you're adding by changing. It's really the status quo you got to be careful about. So an agent of change for us, I think, is really one about embracing the new marketplace. That in turn leads to sales and more customer inquiries and visibility. And that comes as a result of customers seeing your company in a new way. So it's about changing their mind, their behavior, their relationship with you to help grow your business. And I guess I would just say it's a catalyst for growth, right?
Yeah. People come when we first meet with people, they say agent of change, they think, oh, well, so you're here to change our sales numbers. You're here to change the number of clicks or the number of calls. And our way of looking at it is, no, we're here to change your customer's mind. You can be in let's say, a business and have been around for 20 years and nobody knows you're there, and we want to change that. Or people might perceive of you in one particular way or think of your products in one particular way. And our idea is to change how people see your products and create raving fans for what it is that you do that maybe people didn't think about before. So that's the kind of change that we embrace.
I got it. And, as an advertising agency, you guys have done some great work for that messaging with some thought-provoking ads. Tell us a couple of your industry favorites that are most successful.
Well, if I were to pick three that I particularly like, one that we're constantly hearing, feedback from, even though it's an ad we did some time ago, really kind of hits the nail on the head. The headline for this print ad says, if your family doesn't know what to get you for your birthday, then how do you expect them to know what you want for your funeral? and of course, what it is it's a call to action to fill out one of these pre-need planning guides so that you can let your family know. So it's actually a direct response ad that we did for our client Green Hills Memorial Park. Another, actually one of my personal favorites, is one we did for Bunker Family Funeral Home, which is when they contacted us, they're a Mormon-owned funeral home in Mesa, Arizona, which was largely a Mormon community at the time. We talk about change. The community had changed. A lot of non-Mormons living in the community, baby boomers. They wanted to reach a much broader audience, and especially baby boomers. So we created both a print ad and an insert campaign that really played to the idea of choice, that you could have the kind of funeral you want. And so the ad said, when I die, I want to A, be cremated, B, buried, C, transported back to the Enterprise, which absolutely nailed the baby boomer, anybody who knows Star Trek, hit the nostalgia thing, but it also was a completely fresh and unexpected kind of approach, which really changed minds for Bunker Family, and in fact, even got written up in their local newspaper for all of the attention that was getting.
Got it.
And the last ad that I'll sort of mention was actually, an ad was only part of the entire program. But one of our clients is Rose Hills Memorial Park, and we're thrilled to be working with them. We wanted to make people start to reflect on how they want to be remembered. And we created a website with videos, print ads, direct mail, email that focused on interesting people and how they wanted to be remembered. And our favorite was a guy who, at the age of 80, performed 81 skydiving jumps on his 80th birthday, all on the same day. The guy was completely amazing. And we featured it in an ad. The ad said, 81 jumps on his 80th birthday. What's your story? And the whole idea is to try to get people to think about their own legacy, how they want to be remembered, and to drive them then to a website to participate in a little thing where you could leave behind your little reflection of how you'd like to be remembered. So it was really a fully three-dimensional kind of marketing program that went beyond ads. And,
Gotcha.
We love that stuff.
Good.
Well, we've got about 1 minute here, so quickly tell us about a little thing you do at trade shows that really supports the Effin brand and the Effin change of LA Ads.
Oh, so you're talking about the red shoes, right?
Yeah.
It really talks to our agency branding. We realize, Ryan and Jeff, that we're not like any of the other marketing or advertising firms in the death care industry. That we see things from a different perspective, through a different lens. And the shoes are just a way when we're at the trade shows for people to see us, to recognize we're there. We have a lot of clients that are exhibitors. Well, people come up and go, Jeff, Dan, Rolf, Dan, you're Dan or Rolf, and we don't even know who they are. And I'll tell you this quick story. Walked at the last ICCFA show, I walked by this guy's booth. He said, this is the third time you've been past my booth. I said, how do you know that? He goes, I've seen your shoes 3 times. I said, well, do you see other people? Do you recognize other people? He goes, they're all dark clothing and black shoes, man. They're all blend in. And I would say this, and I was just thinking of this. You guys, when you show up at the shows, you have your own personality, your energy, your persona. You don't look like anybody else there.
You guys are being the brand.
You're being the brand, and as Gail Rubin is too. The Diane of death. And she has her dress up. So, the shoes are just, I guess, really about standing out, being visible, and kind of going to the brand of being original, fresh, and imaginative. That's what it's all about.
Well, it works. I know Ryan, I have his outfit. He looks like a drug dealer or like a mob boss with a prep outfit on. So we'll see. Hey guys, we're going to close it up real quick here. If you could throw a bucket of cold water on everybody, get everybody to pay attention, what will your quick message be?
Well, we say agent of change. Change is what's going on, and we love associating with change makers. So we think that's it's all about change. But remember, it's the consumer that's changing. For those who don't catch up with what the consumer is now asking for, they're the ones who are going to be left behind. They'll be the blacksmiths when everybody's suddenly driving cars.
I would say this, too many companies look at their business from the inside out versus the outside in, which is how the customer's looking at it. So it's not about what you want to say, it's about what the customer wants to hear. And as Dan has told me more than once, it's like when you go fishing. What do you put on the hook? What you want to eat or what the fish wants to eat? So it's like that in marketing too, man. Otherwise you're just putting a lid on your growth.
So our message to the funeral world, and we've said it for a long time, it's our flag, dare to be different.
I got you. And you know what? I'm going to bite on that hook because you're exactly right there. Hey guys, thank you for coming on today. We're going to see you in New Orleans, right?
Yep.
ICCFA. You'll have red shoes on.
Yeah.
Ryan, Lord knows what he's going to show up with, and I'm going to find something maybe that I could be standing out and be noticed with.
That's not going to be hard.
Hey, cheers, and we'll have both of these when we show up out there. Deal?
Excellent. Take care.
Wow, what an interview, right? Talking about change, red shoes, ideas, process. Holy smoke!
I like
that's
red.
what I'm talking about.